Namaste, peace, God, Hotep, by shade, 13 love, 13 respect, rah, respect. You know, you know, got this, check this out, peace to everybody doing their thing, you know what I'm saying, keep doing your thing, you know what I mean? Go hard, don't half step it, keep going hard on my thug niggas doing their thing, keep doing your thing, we here, representing, doing what we doing, inside of Mother Neteru, at all times, all the time, you know what I'm saying? So let me share this real quick with y'all niggas right here. This right here is it's a gong, you know what I'm saying? This is what I call a gong. I don't call it a blunt, a joint, a J, none of that bullshit. A joint is where you go to when you get locked up. So, you know, affirmations, if you call it a joint, you know what I'm saying, you getting locked up in your own shit. That's why a lot of people when they burn they get stuck. They get, you know what I mean, locked up and shit like that in their own mentality, their own thought of you, or whatever the case may be, their own drama, their own illusion. And you got those that call it a blunt. A blunt is something like fat and, you know, just like overwhelmingly like greedy type shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why people get the munchies and they just eating and stuffing themselves up, or you know they're blunted with talking so much about themselves or talking about some dumb ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, I call it a gong. A gong is those gold things that you hit, you know, in meditation, that it's like a gold plate and you hit it and you start seeing, it's for meditation, you look at it, it's like a representation of the sun. So I call it the gong, you know what I'm saying, because it takes you to that zone, and then your pineal gland vibrates just like that bell that you hit. But anyways, I have rolled up in here like a little, I have a crystal quartz in here, and I put crystal quartz and I hear the, you know, I got, you know, the trees or whatever, the Kabbalah tree, Kabbalah life, flower of life, tree of knowledge, tree of life. So what I did right here, I put the crystal quartz inside of here. You can't hardly see it, but I've been doing this lately a lot with my shit. I always put like, you know, kyanite and shit like that. I had put different ones before, but now I'm putting, you know, I got these crystal quartz and I'm putting it right in there. So I'm intaking that shit too, that inhaling that shit as well too. So I'm gonna spark you up real quick. Om, Ashe, Namaste, Om. Feeling the earth. Alright. I'm gonna put that right in there. So, I'm gonna break down something real quick to y'all niggas. Got the magnets going on in my head. I'm going to Mother Neteru. Pull up a book. So this is the Flower of Life. A book called The Flower of Life. I suggest a lot of people get this shit. You know what I'm saying? This is your code inside of you and all that kind of good stuff. Flower of Life. Circle. Circles within circles. Alright, check this out. I'm gonna just be reading this info real quick. I think it's very important and it's dope to share it with y'all, you know what I'm saying? Get volume 1 first and then volume 2. Don't be like these stupid ass people who get volume 2 and try to learn the method. You know, this teaches you about your Merkaba and all that. And then there's people that like jump to volume 2 and they just want the step and they don't, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing that the real step is in volume 1, you know. They think that is a certain kind of method that you have to do, a breathing technique. No, your knowledge, your history teaches you where you're gonna go to. So it says that remember that Professor Einstein did not know for sure that when the first atomic bomb was ignited, the nuclear chain reaction would stop when the original fuel samples was expanded. Our government knew that when this first bomb exploded, it might be the end of the world. All life over in a matter of minutes. But we did it anyways. This is a spiritual incompetence. So basically the government, when they were doing the atomic bomb, they didn't give a shit about you. Just like how they've been doing experiments for a very long time and they continue doing it. They don't know. The experimentations that they do, they have no idea the results. It may cause something wrong. They know that because they're not experimenting or trying to find out things in a form of healing to cure. They're not like, I wonder what happens if I throw an atomic bomb. Would it cure the Earth? They're not thinking like that. They're like, I wonder what's gonna happen if I throw this atomic bomb. Would it affect the Earth? They're not trying to think, will it heal it? It's like a child that says, I wonder if I grab this lizard and I place it over here on this tree and I give it this food, will it increase its thoughts? Would it, be more holy or whatever? Would it be more, thinking? Would it be less afraid of humans compared to the other child who his mindset, his experimentation is, I wonder if I poke that lizard with a stick, would it bleed? I wonder if I put fireworks up that lizard's, behind, would it blow up? You know what I'm saying? That's their kind of mentality. You know what I'm saying? That's their kind of experimentation. That's what their creative thoughts come from. Like, that's their kind of mentality, which is downward thinking. So when they did their atomic bomb, they didn't give a shit about you, just like they giving out food nowadays without even really, they know the problem, they know the results of it, but they're more on it like they have no idea. Like, even the scientists that don't know that it does harm to you, their whole motto is, I wonder what would happen. It's not, would this heal this person? I wonder if this may increase, something good, positive. They don't think like that. So this is their history. I'm trying to tell you, man. So it could spark you up. You know what I mean? So you can realize how deep this shit is, yo. So you can get up out of it. I'm not showing you some shit so you could be like, oh wow, and be stuck, and then have some shit to gossip about. Nah, this is shit. This shit is to apply it, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? To acknowledge that. So that's embedded in your head so you don't slip up. When you eating right, you eat right. When you being right, you being right. And you're not trying to be like these people. You start realizing, I'm allowing you, I'm assisting you in opening up your first eye, what you call your third eye, so you can see the other aspect that they're not showing you. You know what I'm saying? So here it goes, and then you pick and choose what side you in. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because I think it's unfair for a lot of people who are stuck and they're doing wrong things, but they're like, they're not really seeing the options of choices. You know what I'm saying? So they just need to be able to see the real choices. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times they give them some bullshit choices that it's not even real. So that's the same, same selection. You feel me? So I'm just, instead of talking shit about other niggas and shit like that, I'm just opening up another choice. You do what you do. You do your wills. You know what I'm saying? Do what you will. You know what I'm saying? That's how it go. You know what I'm saying? Your wills is your chakras spinning. The wheels within wheels. You know what I'm saying? So you do as you will. You know what I'm saying? Not like this pussy ass nigga. What's his name? Alistair Crowley. With that bullshit. Nah, nigga, I ain't with that shit. That beast ass nigga who's George Bush's mother, father. So it's, yeah. If you need to rewind that, you could go ahead and rewind that. You know what I'm saying? George Bush and Barbara Bush. Yeah. We are faced with another moment in history where our government has decided to take another chance with our lives. Once again, like always. When HARP, spelled HAARP, capitalized as well too, because it's a corporation, was turned on in the spring of 1997. Now remember spring theory, spring, you got to think about the spiral. So why would, just put two and two together. They did not know for sure if the atmosphere was going to be destroyed. They still do not know for sure what the long-range effects will be. Just as they did not know during World War II with the Manhattan Project. So you look these things up. Manhattan Project is experimentations that they've done, just like the Philadelphia experimentation, the Philadelphia Project, whatever. You can check it out, and they call these things always by a state, a city. It's like a game, yo. You know what I'm saying? So just peep this out, man. I mean, all I'm doing really is showing you is like, is this right? All right, is like these people, some people who are trying to give you laws and trying to blame you for things that you haven't even done, that you did. Like, for instance, how somebody could be, I can say for other people like that have done criminal activities or whatever, and they have ever done something wrong. A lot of those people at times when they did those commit those criminal activities, they really didn't have a choice as far as like they didn't know, like they were in a sense manipulated into doing so, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, like here in America, you know, as you're growing up and you don't have that much education, if you're forced to be hungry, like they force hunger upon you, meaning they forcefully make it possible to allow you to be hungry at times. So they'll try to manipulate you and be like, look, you could come here for $1. Look, 50 cents, that's all you gotta do. Beg a couple of people for a couple of loose change and you can come eat. You won't never have to starve. So it's like putting you in that predicament instead of giving you broader choices. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about, like those fast food restaurants. How is it that every time somebody needs to go out to eat, like for instance, like one of these people at that work or whatever, right, that have no education like that? Because a lot of people think that, you know, because you work and you got money, you got education. Kiss my ass, nigga. So check this out. So, like, niggas, will go to a place and they want to go out to eat and they got no good choices, no healthy choices. Everything's poison, so you really don't even got a choice. So you're kind of forced into becoming like obesity or, you know, health wise issues, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. So I'm showing a broader view. That's what I'm doing. I'm bringing that in. I'm bringing a different pot to the table that you can eat. You feel me? So, and it's energy, nigga. It don't even come in a pot. The only pot that it come in is in this pot, my nigga. Yeah. Alright, so here we go. What is HARP? You need to know HARP stands for High Frequency Active Oral Research Project. It is a weapon massively more powerful than the atomic bomb. They intended to beam more than 1.7 gigawatts, billion watts of radiated power into the ionosphere and actually boil the upper atmosphere in order to create a mirror and or an artificial antenna to transmit huge amounts of power to any specific area on the earth. This energy will be used to manipulate global weather, hurt or destroy ecosystems, knock out electric communication, and change our moods and mental states. Not to mention that it could be used to try to destroy or manipulate the new so-called Christ grid around the world. Read Angels Don't Play This Harp by Gene Manning and Dr. Nick Beckhoff, and you will learn more. So basically, this harp thing is a manipulation. When it talked about the mood changing and electric, knocking out electronic communication. When you think about electronic, you know, I automatically think of the Kundalini and our energy within us. So it's basically knocking down your electronic communication, which electronic communication, all it simply signifies is your telepathy. That's why it's called a telephone, you know what I'm saying? So your telepathy is being manipulated by these type of things, by these machines that they're using. This is harp that they put all around the world, my nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? They have it in bases that you don't even know about, and they have them as satellites, so-called, to go try to communicate to other beings of other planets. Like, come on. And it's doing harm to the planet when they know what's up, so it manipulates the weathers and shit like that. And this been going on before 1997. This is an article coming out from 1997. If somebody in 1997 was talking like this, and this was happening before that, you know, it's pretty deep, my nigga. So, peep game. Update. In 1995 and 1996, the secret government exploded 6 atomic bombs in an area near Moria. You know what I'm saying? And the way you spell this one is Moorea, like more. You know what I'm saying? Morea Island, part of the French Tahitian island. France, along with several other countries, placed these bombs into a sacred physical place of Mother Earth's body. If they had done this to your mom, you would have called it violent rape. They were neutron bombs, which do not destroy structure, but merely destroy all life in the region. So you gotta remember this, man. That's why I was talking about the crystals and shit like that. How they put, Mother Earth made sure she protected the crystals and the stones. That's one thing. Like how they manipulate the fruits and vegetables and the waters. There's really only so much that Mother Nature could do. And how a lot of people be like, yo, why doesn't Mother Nature just kill everybody? Like, if people knew what Mother Nature's doing, the work she's doing, they will give her more respect, because she's protecting you for so much things that you could even imagine. You can't even imagine. Like, she is cleaning the water, but it's only so much she could do because they're overloading with it. Just like the fruits and vegetables, it's not the same content as it was before. Like, the same amount of protein you ain't gonna find in an apple like as you was before. Nowadays, a lot of people are like, oh, you can't get no proteins in an apple. You know what I'm saying? When originally you get more than just protein. Proteins is nothing even. Proteins is just, they just use wordplay. Proteins is nothing but amino acids and enzymes and all that. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing but energy. It's nothing but melanin in you. You know what I'm saying? And they just trying to manipulate, use wordplays and try to change things. But, we breaking right through that spell. So that's part of the harp shit that they trying to do and all that. So they put it under the earth. They put these bombs, and it was just, they've been doing this. They continue doing it, and they did this. And Mother Earth made sure that she protected the crystals and the stones. She made sure that's contain her insanity, because they're trying to make her insane. It's just like any mother that you see out nowadays, how they try to manipulate any female. You go to any store right now, like supermarket, they're mainly based off of a female type of stuff. You see all the advertisement, you see magazines, it's all about, you know what I'm saying, like, it's trying to focus on the females to grab them, having nail polish and all types of shit, you know what I'm saying, even from them going through their own menstrual cycles or whatever. It's like, for instance, like the earth, when the earth, one of the earth's menstrual cycle that you may consider as a menstrual cycle is her tornado cycles, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Spinning, you know what I'm saying? So it's part of her emotions. So they're trying to manipulate her and try to make her lose her emotions, so she doesn't have control over her emotions, so she can be like throwing off tornadoes and hurricanes in all directions, coming out of nowhere. Like, what the heck? You know what I'm saying? So they try to do that with the females as well too, when they try to manipulate their emotions. So a female could tend to be more moody or whatever, or try to be more so-called, like, a lot of people may see him like acting like a bitch. Like, yo, why you acting like so hard-headed? Like, what the heck? You're supposed to be more nurturing and naturing, you know what I'm saying? More natural, flowing. And it's like, it's to manipulate that. So it's like just same way that they manipulate the child nowadays, a female child like at 9 years old, to having her hormones, like exploding and shit like that. Like, it's the same thing that they do with the earth, you know what I'm saying? So it's like having menstrual cycles going off in places that's not supposed to be going off, or coming ahead of time before it was even supposed to come in, you know what I'm saying? So those are things to think about. So if the earth were a woman, the area where they deliberately placed the bomb would be her perineum. Going straight through the earth from there would be Earth's crown chakra, which just happened to be the Great Pyramid region in ancient Kemet. This became the focus of attention for the secret government. Shut down the entire Great Pyramid, not allowing anyone to come near for 3 days, so they could test the results in the consciousness of the planet. They were trying to destroy a specific field of energy that has grown to enclose the Earth. You could call it one of Earth's memory banks. You and I call it so-called Christ consciousness. They, the secret government, which is still you and me, in some kind of aspect, you know what I'm saying, but not really, you can say it like that, whatever, in the Matrix. We're fearful of this new consciousness, but I believe now it has been mostly resolved. The polarities of the earth are slowly merging. At the time of this transcript in 1993, we were living in a period of planetary insight. Now in 1997, we are on the edge of planetary unity based on understanding the great test is still ahead, especially if the secret government decides to use HARP to try to destroy the Christ grid. So, it's basically saying that where they put these bombs at, where they put these bombs at is basically at the root chakra of Mother Earth, going all the way to her crown chakra, like destroying all chakras, proving to you that it's all about a spiritual thing. You know what I'm saying? Like everything deals with spirituality, which is chakras and all these type of things. You know what I'm saying? Like shit is real. Like that's why I be owning so much, my nigga. You could just close your eyes and you could hear everything own. Even the trees when they're passing by with the breeze, when the breeze is passing by the trees, although you're hearing it like shh, you can close your ears real closely and you still hear that om. You hear om all the time, everywhere. You hear om right now through your computer, through your phone, through your car, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So another thing, on the positive side, doctors at UCLA began about 5 years ago examining a young boy who had been born with AIDS. He had been checked at birth at 6 months and again at 1 year. He still had AIDS. He wasn't checked again until he was about 5. When they checked him, this time all traces of the AIDS virus were gone. It was as though he had never contracted AIDS. They didn't know how this system became immune. How his system became immune. All they knew was that it did. They checked everything they could think of, including the DNA. It was here where they found a change. This young boy did not have human DNA. We have 64 codons in our DNA, but in normal humans, only 20 of these codons are turned on. The rest are inert or not working, except for 3, which are the stop and start programs. This young boy had 24 codons turned on. He had found a way to mutate that made him immune to AIDS. So he basically learned how to activate his DNA to